All right, so welcome back to our Bournemouth career mode. Today we start season 2 in our journey of trying to make Bournemouth the best football club in the world. Now, season 1 was a lot better than expected. We actually finished 4th place in the Premier League, but unfortunate for us, an English team actually won the Europa League. So it turns out here in year 2, we don't have Champions League football, we actually have Europa League football. But the important thing is we got this club now into Europe, and now our goal should be to really push for trophies, push for Premier League title contention, and also push for the Champions League. So drop a like if you want more of this series, and I say we just jump right into season 2 of this career mode. So yes, for the first time in a while, I'm not sure it's ever happened before where I finished 4th place and I don't get Champions League next year. It was very sad to learn that, but I'm not sure our team is actually ready for the Champions League, so it might be better for the club's future. I think we're much more suited this year to actually win the Europa League. So it might be like a blessing in disguise. But okay, first thing is, yes, we have 3 brand new kits for this season. There is a new home kit. You'll see the new away kit and 3rd kit later on. Now, second thing, Sadio Mane actually won the player of the season vote. He had like 73% of the vote. I think Alex Scott had like maybe like 20%. Evan Nielsen had like 9%. So Mane was by far and away the clear winner. So you can see he's received the upgrade according to that award. So he's went +2 overall, 82, 84, and he also had a +2 potential boost. So I mean, even though he's 34 years old, that little boost, that award, that might prolong his career maybe like 1 or 2 seasons more. So it's given Mane some new life. But okay, plans for year 2 are pretty simple. Of course, Europa League football, trying to push for the Premier League title maybe. So how do we get this team to look like more a Premier League title contender? I think it's pretty simple. So our captain from last year, Marco Senesi, has gone to Atletico Madrid over the summer. He was a great center back, but he wanted to go to more like a Champions League team, so it makes sense. So that has left a pretty big hole in our center back department. Currently, we have Diakite, Jordan Hill, and also Miloslav Levic. But I think in this window, we probably need like 2 solid center backs, not just one. We need 2, I think. I think along with that, we could also use a backup fullback. And if we do those 3 signings, 2 center backs and also a fullback, that might be enough for us. Because I mean, we got Rafa in on a pre-contract, so he's kind of like an attacking option we signed basically. I think at striker with Vanilson and Krupi will look good. Midfield with Scott, Cook, Zuzelis, Adams, DeBoss. Like our midfield's pretty deep too. So yeah, I mean, midfield attack looks good. I think in this window we just need to kind of like strengthen the defense a little bit. If we can do that, then I think this team will start looking really good for year 2. Now, budget for season 2 is going to be, it's pretty big. We got 256 million in the budget. So I think we started with about maybe like 140. So yes, we did sell a few players here. Players that really weren't going to feature in the save pretty much anymore. Players like Traore, Brooks, is it Roman Favre. I can't pronounce that. Basically, players are not going to play much. And we also loaned out Bengen and Doak to Spurs on a 1-year loan. But once again, the team looks great. I think we just need a few center backs, 2 center backs, and also a backup right back. That's what we need. So let's go for the big center back first. Now, I wanted someone here that's going to be basically an upgrade over Senesi, like an upgrade. I don't want to start someone worse than Senesi. So that brings me to Tomori from AC Milan. Him alongside Diakite in this team be amazing, like bringing him back to the Premier League. I mean, 90 sprint speed, 89 jumping, 86 aggression. He'd be amazing in our team. So I want to bring the former Chelsea center back over to Bournemouth to basically be the Senesi replacement for us. So his current value is 40 million, so it might cost like maybe like 42.5. I mean, he's 28, so he's not exactly young, but he's not old either. And all right, they're going to accept 42.5 million for Tomori. It's just like I said, Senesi was so good for us last year. I don't want to sign a center back that's going to be worse than him. I really wanted someone that really could be an upgrade over him. So I believe Tomori is that player. And there it is. Tomori signs a contract. That is our first signing year 2 at Bournemouth. So we just lost our captain, but I think our defense actually is going to be better this year. It should be. All right, though, now we need a backup center back, so they're basically a 3rd choice. I do feel like Jordan Hill and also Miloslav Levic, those 2 are not quite good enough to be a 3rd choice. So I want someone behind Tomori, behind Diakite, just to be a bit more cover in the center back department. Now, that player is going to be one we thought about last year. It's going to be Ordonez, center back from Club Bruges. Now, I believe he has, like, in this game, I think he has, like, 87 potential, so he's got crazy potential. So it obviously makes sense why we want to sign him, man. He's 22 years old. He's young. It's kind of funny. His stats do look like kind of like a younger Tomori, strong, but also pacey. Just having a rotation of Diakite, Tomori, and also Ordonez, man, that's a solid defense for us. For a team with, Champions League aspirations. Ordonez might be actually the same price, close to as Tomori. Let's start with a very healthy 40 million offer. They want Krupi. No way. I'm not giving you Krupi, buddy. Krupi has a big part in this series, man. As a backup striker, maybe a future starting striker. No way. 41.5. They want 44.5 and a sell-on clause. Now, I kind of want to take that off. What if we do 45 million? No sell-on clause. And all right, they are going to accept that. So I guess at least to start year 2, man, it is the season of defense. I think our team has no problem like scoring goals, whether it be midfielders or strikers. So defense improves with Ordonez and also Tomori joining the team. And there's a chance for year 2 to be even better than season 1. So 2 center backs signed up. I think probably for our 3rd and final signing of this summer window year 2, it's going to be a new backup right back basically. Now we got Max Aarons back from a loan move, which actually he looks decent. I might actually use him this year, but I kind of want someone that's a little more versatile than him. And yeah, preferably with more potential. So right now we're looking at Alex Freeman, the right back, the American right back, currently playing for Cologne. Now I think in real life he's playing the MLS, but man, for a right back and also a slash or center mid, he's very versatile. He's got pretty good all-rounded stats. I mean, good pace, good jumping, stamina. I think having a right back on our bench, it can also play midfield. That's going to be very useful for us. So to take a swing on a young player that's got potential potential for about what, 6 to 8 million? He looks pretty promising. So Alex Freeman, do you want to join Bournemouth, buddy, for 6 million? 6 million, they are going to want 7. All right, 7, I can do 7, buddy. Not gonna break the bank. So he's gonna take Max Aaron spot on the bench due to, you know, just having more potential. But those two are basically gonna be our backup fullbacks for this year. So Freeman has joined the club. That is 3 defensive signings for us in year 2. And I think we're now ready to start officially the season. So defense sorted, Ordonez, Freeman to the bench. Team is looking very solid. I'm curious, our current team rating is going to be 83 to 180, so not quite a 5-star team just yet, but feels like we are pretty close to that now. And also, yeah, so since our captain Senesi left, our new captain for the team is actually gonna be Alex Scott. I kind of feel like of all the players, man, he actually makes the most sense. So yeah, he's gonna be one of the youngest Premier League captains, kind of like Odegaard was for Arsenal. All right, it's time for game 1 of year 2. So game 1 is gonna be actually the Community Shield. Yeah, I forgot to mention, last year we actually won the FA Cup. Now, it was a pretty easy run though. We were really facing any big teams. We pretty much just cruised to an FA Cup trophy. So first game of the year, we face the Premier League champions. First though, 3 brand new kits for season 2 here. You've seen them, you know, standard black and red for Bournemouth, the white collar on it, white trimming. Our away kit's kind of like a pale blue with also green accents. Then our third kit is kind of like a white and also kind of like maybe a burgundy color. I would say these are not bad kits for year 2, man, not bad. All right though, so we got Tomori's debut for Bournemouth, and officially we start season 2. Now, you might notice the length of this video is a lot longer than the previous episodes of this series. That is because this episode, we're going to get through pretty much the first half of year 2. So I think going forward, each episode of the series will be half a season long. So a lot more action, a lot more games. That is hence why the video is, it's a bit longer. It should be. But I feel like Wembley in this game is so dark. Is it just me? I feel like every time I play here, the field is so dark, like darker than it should be. Now, Truford over to Mane. Mane. First cross, going to go over to actually no one. Kind of an interesting first chance, though. All right, Diakite, Zeno. Can you get it to Adams? Nice pass in there. Oh, it's a really nice give and go, actually. Scott. Oh, I was going to try to get to Evan Nielsen. Might still do it. It's going to be Rafa playing. I forgot he was starting. Oh my, what a goal for Bournemouth to start season 2. And it's the new captain, Alex Scott. But man, that move was insane from our new signing, Rafa on the right to Evan Nielsen, then to find Scott. Or that was kind of wild for our first goal of the year. Just that little touch by Rafa just dinked it up so weirdly. And then Evan Nielsen, what a pass. He wasn't even looking towards Scott. All right, talk about a first goal of the season. And I forgot to mention too, yeah, Rafa's currently the starting right mid, our new pre-contract signing. I think I'll probably split time between him, Tavernier, and also Kleiber on the right. I'm not quite sure who is going to be like the definitive starter, but for easy to start the season for now. Man, all right, first goal of the game already. 1-0 lead for Bournemouth, I'll take it. Evan Nielsen gets it to Rafa, the new signing. Rafa into Evan Nielsen, turns. Okay, I need an option there. Alex Scott's there. Alex Scott is there. Left-footed shot saved by Allison. Bro, that punch out looks so weird though. All right, chance for Liverpool to have a response here. Gakpo coming forward. Isak running. Gakpo, he's gonna hold it. He's gonna do his skill, but Tomori, welcome to the club, buddy. It's a very nice first tackle there. I don't know what Gakpo was doing though. Okay, this is really good passing. It's good passing. Diakite clearance away is made. Frimpong looking dangerous. Gonna cross it in. Tomori. Okay, boys. How did we not clear that weight? Both my center backs both went for it, and I guess we missed it? That's how we concede the first goal year 2, really. Bro, the cross is made. I got 2 players there. I think we tried to clear it, and then I think I was actually Bowie, and it might have been Tomori. They both went for it, but they both ran into each other, so no one cleared it. What kind of defense is that, boys? Come on. That is pitiful. All right, 1-1 the Community Shield. And after a great first goal, that is just sad. All right, Isak doing moves here, gets it over to Mo Salah. This is a tough chance. Try and defend your Salah. Is being patient. Very patient, but Truford gets the block in. Okay, we got lucky they didn't take it more advantage of that one. Truford over to Mane. Mane's gonna hold this. And he cut inside very nicely. Get it over to Mr. Scott. Scott, Zeno gets to Evan Nielsen. Nice. Evan Nielsen's gonna try to play to Mane, but that ball is definitely not good enough. All right, first half is gonna be 1-1. I feel like, you know, that goal they scored is pretty poor, but ours was amazing. So far, kind of an interesting first game here of the year. Bro, Florian, why do they still do this, bro? Are they ever gonna patch this out? There's no way that's intended, right? That's not intended. All right, though, Bowie. Okay, whoop, that was kind of bad. But think about Rafa. He's 33 years old, but he's like actually the quickest player in our team still. That's nuts to be that old, but that quick. Evan Nielsen, chance here. Oh, he's just offside. That was a nice touch, though. A little touch. Almost led to a pretty good shot. Yeah, Rafa's actually the fastest player in our team. At 33 years old. That's kind of insane. Now, Gakpo looking dangerous. Gets it over to Florian. Oh, Tomori. I just missed that. Florian! He was offside. We just got lucky. They could have easily scored that. So yes, we just got lucky. Come on, 30 minutes left. Let's see if I can actually win this first game of the year versus the Prem champions. It'd be nice. Like this game actually feels winnable. Alistair gets it over to Mr. Cody Gakpo. Dangerous. It's going to be Tomori. Okay, that's much better. That is much better from him. Whoa, Kirkes just stole it from Rafa from behind. Okay, that was kind of wild. All right, though, 25 minutes. Adams, patience. Get it over. That's not patience, just a bad pass. That was not patience. All right, try this again. Zeno, bringing it forward, gets it over to Mr. Scott. I got to play running here. Is that Rafa? I think it is. Scott, gonna try to get it to Rafa. He kind of does here. He almost did. Or that was a psychopathic run from Rafa. Oh no, they get a chance here. 75th minute. It's gonna be Gakpo again. He's been dangerous, but not quite finding the shots Despite the dangerous spots he's coming in. Okay, Zeno. Oh no, what is it? I tried to clear it, bro. I tried to clear it. Adams will get it. That was almost a mess again. And I feel like Liverpool are playing way more aggressive right now. They're playing almost like the Klopp years. They are pressing me like crazy. I think actually Isak was offside, so we get lucky again. All right, boys, 10 minutes, man. A goal here might win it. Mane into Scott. Evan Nielsen, bro, I need you to stay closer, bro. He started running away. I need you to stay closer there. Oh my, Zeno, what a steal. Evan Nielsen. Through to our new signing, Rafa, in. And as Rafa just scored a winner on his debut, he might have. The 33-year-old Portuguese man scores in the 85th minute. That is how you introduce yourself to your new club, buddy. And all credit goes to Zeno for that steal though in midfield. That was an easy steal. All right, though, let's get Casio on. Let's get Krupi on. And let's get Kluivert on. And that shall be the final 3 subs for the final 5 minutes here. So if we can hold on and claim our second trophy of the series, man, the Community Shield. You know, it's basically a preseason trophy, but we'll take it. It will still be hung on our trophy cabinet. Come on. Frimpong for a cross, maybe. Frimpong dribbling. I'm gonna try to cut inside, but True first says absolutely not, man. Bro, in this series, we have just played, you know, above expectations basically every single game. And season 2, it's no different. First game of the year, it's going to be Kluivert to score the sealer. Community Shield, Bournemouth 3, Liverpool 1. That right there is how you start a season. I don't know what it is, man. This Bournemouth team, I don't know if it just fits my play style or what, but we've just been a lot better than expected ever since episode 1. And I guess it continues as it's going to be Rafa lifting the trophy. I guess we're giving the new man a chance to lift it. I mean, he scored basically the winner. Community Shield winners. Now let's officially start our Premier League campaign. And I mean, hey, that game's a sign right there that this team can compete with the best of the world. I think minimum year 2, it should be a top 4 finish in the Prem and also a Europa League trophy, man. That should be the minimum. Anything less than that, I'll be definitely disappointed. But okay, first match day of the season is going to be versus Crystal Palace at home. I mean, a tricky team, but a team we should beat. So same team as Community Shield. And let's see if we can start our Premier League campaign off with a win. Or was that Thomas Frank? I just saw Thomas Frank being the Crystal Palace coach. That's kind of funny. Yeah, look at him. It's Thomas Frank. All right, so he got sacked by Spurs and he replaced Glasner at Crystal Palace. Funny. He's brought Thomas Frank ball to Palace. All right, though, let's keep with that play from the Community Shield and win this first game of the season, actually. First chance, Palace. Sar's going to cross it in. Tomori's going to clear it out nicely. Mane. Bro, Mane wins so many loose headers like that. It's crazy. You don't expect him to, and he does. Okay, Evan Nielsen. Gonna get it to Rafa. Rafa's got Scott in a great spot. What a pass by Rafa. Alex Scott is gonna have to take this on the run, and it's gonna be slightly wide from our new young captain. We respect the effort, though. We respect it. Adam Wharton's gonna get it over to, it's actually a great ball to Yermi Pino. Gonna get it back to Wharton, back to Ruiz, into Balogun. Are they gonna shoot eventually? Nope, because Adams makes the steal and stops an attack in its tracks. All right, Scott gets it to the player of the season, Sadio Mane. Is gonna cut back inside, get it back to Scott. Alex Scott, okay, Lacroix just caught up there so quick. That man was rapid. All right, Rafa, Zeno gets it over to Adams. Adams, that barely gets through, but it's good. Into the fastest player in the team, Rafa. You could see it, bro. He's quick. Rafa's gonna bring it over into Evan Nielsen. Okay, I tried to shoot at that angle. That shot's gonna be a throw-in. That's how bad that shot was. Okay, Mane's gonna steal a throw-in. He does steal it, actually. Mane, Evan Nielsen, chance to make up for that previous shot, and he's gonna slightly miss again. Bro, I've never seen a shot so bad that it ends up being a throw-in. That is wild. Adams, Mane to Scott. Scott's gonna wait, into Mane. Nicely timed there, Sadio Mane. First goal of the season for him, maybe. Nope, it's gonna be another save. Okay, at least that shot was actually on target. Short corner, Scott gets it into Rafa. Back to Alex Scott. Swing it over, Mane. First time shot from him. That might have been going in, actually. That shot looked, it looked like the right height to go in. All right, good win there. Zeno, you gotta control that, man. You gotta control that. Been a good first half. Just no goals so forth, though, yet, which is a bit unfortunate. It's a bad pass. Bowie gets it out to our new center back, Tomori. Bowie's gonna set it to Rafa. Rafa into Scott. Oh, man, I was gonna try to turn there. Rafa was gonna be in if he kept running. Gonna be a solid chance. All right, first half, it is gonna be currently 0-0 in this game so far. We've definitely been the better team, though. We've definitely had more shots than them, so feel like that first goal should be coming soon. Bowie into Scott. Scott's gonna slide it to Mane. Evan Nielsen, perfect, into Mane. It's very nice. Mane's gonna try to find a teammate. He almost found Zeno there. And that was almost like perfect execution almost. Mane gets it over, but Chufert, man. Chufert is such a good left back. He's a player that I've never used before. He's solid though. I feel like he really never makes mistakes. Mane, Evan Nielsen, good chance here. He's gonna hold it. Mane, okay, I want you to overlap. Didn't quite overlap how I wanted. Slide it over, Adams, into Zeno. Can he turn here? Maybe not, but we got Rafa. Great run, and Rafa's got the goal. Man, Rafa's been impressive so far. He is just fitting in this team perfectly. He scores the first Prem goal of the season. Between him, Tavernier, and also Kluivert, man, we got some solid backup wingers. That was pretty good pre-contract signing by our scouting department. Maurice, still nice. All right, 6th minute. Let's try and really take control of the game now and win this. Rafa's running like a psycho. I love it. Rafa doesn't hold this though. Get it back to Zeno. Adams into, okay, I should have got that to Scott. That's a bad giveaway. Adam Morton gives it back to Ferland Mendy, into Ruiz. They've had some good passing plays, but I feel like they're not really getting into good shots, so they're not really being clinical enough. Am I about to jinx it, bro? I almost just jinxed it. You see that? I say one thing and they look closest to scoring. Oh, is he onside? No, he's gonna be just offside. Oh, that's such a fail, man. We had numbers there. That is such a fail by me. Try it again. Adams into Scott. Scott's gonna get it to Mane. Mane, quick pass to Adams. Adams over the top. Oh, it's not gonna work to Mane, man. That's not gonna work. We need some subs here. I think maybe the subs might get us the final goal we need. Truffert, though, again, what a tackle by him. Truffert gets it over to Alex Scott. Dribbling. Nice. We got a player on the far side. Okay, I tried to cross to him, but that did not work. Bro, the ball is not going out for me to make subs. We got 5 minutes left and the ball is not going out. So I guess I cannot make subs. 3 minutes. I guess we just park the bus now. Just hold on. If they score a last minute equalizer, I'm going to be so upset. They have not been good in this game. They've created like no really threatening chances, and that should be it right there. That should be it. All right, game 1. Probably should have scored at least, you know, probably 3 goals this game, but 1 is enough to win it. Scored by our pre-contract signing Rafa. And hey, man, to start the year, that is 2 games and 2 wins for Bournemouth. All right, so we're going to sim the next 2 final games of August here. I think it's versus Leeds and also Liverpool. So Leeds first, and this is going to be a 2-1 win. So, okay, 2 back-to-back wins. Start the season, Truffert and also Mane scoring. And then a tough one versus Liverpool. That's going to be a 2-2 draw at home. All right, I mean, Evan Nielsen scored 1 and Scott scored the other. You know what? A 2-2 draw versus Liverpool, man, I'll take that. The Prem champions, I will definitely take that. So now officially into the month of September. So we got 2 tough games month we're going to play. We're going to play Atletico Madrid. We're also going to play Chelsea. So that is 2 tough games here. So I think let's quick fire sim the next 3. Brentford, Forest, and also, yeah, Barrow in the cup. And it's so funny. Of course, we're going to play Semenyo, our former captain, in the first Europa League game. Of course we are. And all right, so in those games, we drew versus Brentford, we beat Barrow, we also beat Forest 3-1. So I think that's what, 3 wins at our first 4 in the Prem. Not bad. So if we check Premier League, we're currently sitting in 4th, actually 5 games in. So still unbeaten, man. Looks like our form from last year is carrying over, so that's good to see. Now though, our first actual European game of the series, the Europa League starts. So I mean, teams that could challenge us: Leverkusen, Newcastle, Ajax, of course, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan are here, and there's some solid teams that could challenge us. But still, you know, I'm pretty confident in our team. I think this game versus Atletico is going to be a nice test for us though. How do we fare against, you know, which pretty much is a Champions League level team? We shall see. Europa League match day 1. Bournemouth versus Atletico Madrid, boys. Come on. Let's show the rest of the Europa League this year that we mean business, man. We're serious this year in Europe. All right, first chance, Scott into Adams. Adams turning. Okay, they're kind of pressuring us to start. They're playing a 4-4-2, so it's kind of like it's an interesting setup. Now Rafa's gonna get it. Zeno. Right? Okay, I tried finding Scott there. Did not find him though. Did not. Bro, these flags, bro. It's Atletico Madrid fans trying to block my viewing of the field there. You see it? It's Atletico Madrid flag. Brother, I can't see. Can you put your flag down? They're trying to sabotage me. Mateta gets it over to Alex Bina. DeBas gonna play it out for a corner. Cross comes in from Rodrigo to Paul. That's gonna be Alex Scott. Good clearance way, man. That was fearless. Oh man, Alex Scott. That's a great tackle. And Rafa picks it up. Okay, hold up. Look at Rafa's speed here. Rafa plays it through to our striker, Evan Nielsen. What a counterattack, bro. We are counterattack FC, and that is the first goal of the game. I mean, once again, Rafa so far has been so impressive in this team. He made that kind of steal, and he just ran away with it, man. He's so quick. And then Evan Nielsen, you know, a clinical finish by him. 1-0 in 22 minutes to Bournemouth, man. Hey, man, the stadium might be small. You know, we might be playing in a pretty small stadium, but our hearts are big. The hearts of these supporters are big, and it's showing. Rafa into Scott. Holy moly, their defense is looking rough. Evan Nielsen, touch that was kind of slow. Into Alex Scott. Alex Scott shot. And it should be 2-0. It should be. And Alex, you got to score that, man. You have to score that. That's an easy one, too, to score. All right, Truffert steal. We're still starting off strong here, though. DeBast into Scott. Scott, Evan Nielsen. Turning, got numbers here. Gets it over to Rafa. Rafa's going to cut inside. Try to Rafa. Over to Mane. Mane, quick fire shot, but it's going to be right at old black man. I thought that shot would be better. You're going to Paul, Rafa, but Rafa again makes a steal. He's actually pretty good defensively. I'm surprised. Alex Scott, though, is going to try to find Mane. Mane's going to try to win that. He does, bro. Once again, Mane wins all these loose headers. Sadio Mane in front of goal. Bro, we got to score these, though. We're getting great chances. This should be 3-0 right now, bro. Not 1-0. It should be 3-0. Chance again. Alex Scott. Mane. Quick fire first time shot that was actually pretty solid. So first half ends. We should have way more control over the game, though. At the very, very least, it should be 2-0. Instead, though, it is going to be just 1-0. A very slim 1-0 lead. All right, Adams into Zeno DeBast. Gives it to Mr. Alex Scott. Scott's options. Oh, my. Alex Scott. What did he just do? Bro, I didn't even mean to do that. That was all him. Bro, I gotta see this again. Did he just destroy that man, or was that kind of like a mistake? I'm not sure, but Alex Scott scores and makes it 2-0. Oh, we're not gonna see replay, really? We're getting the replay bug? Come on, man. I gotta see that. Okay, we have to do replay of our own, man. I gotta see what happened here. I gotta see it. So it seemed like kind of a mistake, but I think he might have destroyed him. Let's see. Okay, you know what? It was actually intentional. He destroyed him. It's not quite a nutmeg, but Okay, wait. The ball goes off his foot into Alex Scott's foot, so it is kind of fortunate, but I mean, Alex Scott, he stayed with it, he scored, so he gets credit for it, but it's not quite as good as I thought it was. Still though, a great play, and it's still gonna be 2-0. All right, Alex Mayana coming forward. Cross comes in to Mateta. Tamori though, Tamori, that's what we signed you, buddy. Went up against a very strong striker, Mateta. He did perfect there. And he also steals it from Alvarez, man, to stop a counterattack. Nicely done. Rafa gets it over to Scott. Scott's gonna hold it. Rafa running. Good timing there on the pass. Now Rafa's gonna cut inside here, try to. Rafa's gonna try to split the defenders. Okay, he's not quite quick enough to do that. He's not prime Messi. We go to Paul, gets it over into Alvarez. Okay, that's a missed tackle. It's fine. Yakite, solid tackle by him as well. Keeps it at 2-0 in the last 15 minutes here so far. Adams, Scott, into Evanilson, turns into Truffert. Oh man, players are offside. Mane, those onside. Mane. Dangerous spot here. Mane's gonna try to cut inside. Okay, whoa, he tried to. What kind of tackle was that though? Okay, good chance for let it go here. Alvarez running forward, but Truffert says no. Truffert just got him from behind. Okay, what a play by him. All right, so fresh new attack, and also Freeman comes on a right back, so the young American gets his first appearance in a played game. Can he help us seal this win? Now that's gonna be Clivert. Clearance away is made, and then Casio, that's great work by you into Krupi now. Krupi back to Adley. Gets it to Krupi. Can we seal this, boys? Or no one's running though. Okay, slow it down a little bit. Slow it down. Adams. Into Zeno, into Krupi. Don't lose in a bad spot. Don't lose it. Zeno, what a pass by Adams. Zeno, trying to find Krupi, but it goes back to Oblak, man. That's so unfortunate. That should have been at least been a good shot, but all right. 2-0 is going to be enough to beat Atletico Madrid for the first Europa League game of the year. I mean, once again, this team is so good already in year 2 of this save. We're showing time and time again that we're a serious team, man. Europe, a serious team. Yeah, tough games don't stop though, because next we have Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So they are currently sitting down in 8th, and we're currently still in 4th. We're currently 2 points off the leaders, Man City. It looks like a pretty much standard Chelsea team plus Neves and also plus Dean Henderson. Interesting signings right there. And I want to give chance for other players to play, but this team right here, this starting lineup is playing so well right now, so I can't change it, man. Same lineup this game versus Chelsea. But man, a red hot team in Bournemouth face now a pretty good team in Chelsea. Further trying to show this team this year is serious, man. I'm not sure if we can truly be like a title contender for the entire season, but top 4 should be the minimum for this Bournemouth team, man. It should be the minimum with how good we're playing. Anything less, and I will be severely disappointed in us this year. Pedro Neto, decent chance here. It's going to be, man, again, Schufer. Okay, whoa, he just glided past the ball there. What was that? I thought I had control, but I guess not. Santos gets it over to Caicedo. It bounces again. What is this start? Okay, what just happened to us though? Well, that ball right there had a mind of its own through like 3 different plays. All right, Moise Caicedo scores the first goal in this game versus Chelsea, or for Chelsea. Man, that one was just weird though. That was weird. Do not like it, but we have to deal with it now. Rufer gets it over to Sadio Mane. I might try a cross here, maybe. Maybe not, maybe not. Mane's gonna hold this. Mane into Adams now. Okay, where's my runners at, bro? I need a runner there, bro. No one's there to support Adams. I think Sacha Boey started to, but he was too late. All right, Adams into Alex Scott. Okay, Alex Scott. Okay, we're being on muscle here to start, man. This is our sloppiest start to a game so far in here in year 2, definitely. Otto's gonna bring it forward in the dangerous spot, gets it over to Garnacho. Santos gets it over through to João Pedro, looking for a shot, goes back. Oh, it's really good play here. It's really good play, but a better block by Truffert. Keeps it 1-0 for now, but Alex Scott is in. Alex Scott, a pass from Evan Nilsson. Oh my, Alex Scott, we had to shoot that quick, and what a shot it was. Alex Scott, what a goal. And that defender was right on our back, so we just had to shoot that. I didn't quite think it would go in though. The young captain makes it 1-1, man. What a shot. Nicely done. 34th minute, 1-1. Come on. Loppy start so far, but that is a nice little comeback goal. Now Neto and a Jackson. That's a nice block by Truffert. Nice. All right, Vanilson, can you play this pass? I think you can. Over to Rafa. Rafa into Scott. Now Scott holding it. Rafa continues to run. Rafa, you're shooting this on the volley. Rafa, oh my, what a goal by the Portuguese man. Bro, this guy's insane. On the volley, he makes it 2-1. Bro, this Bournemouth team is just special. There's no other explanation. And the volley in the air, it's not a half volley. It's a, okay, the cameraman, you're fired. Because what was that angle, man? What kind of angle was that? That was insane, though. Maresca still the coach Chelsea in this save. He's pissed. I can't believe Rafa's been this good to start, man. I can't believe it. He's keeping Tavernier out of the team. He's keeping Clivert out of the team. He's been truly just that good. 2-1, 43rd minute, man. What a turnaround. Things you like to see as a coach, man. Okay, never mind. Neto gets it over to Jackson. I like this. Santos get back over to Hato. They're going to call for halftime, probably, huh? Garnacho gets it over into Caicedo. Maybe not. Garnacho, Pedro. Don't tie it up here. Please, no. Please, no. Jackson over to Neto. Come on, boys. Stand up strong. Stand up strong. Santos, Pedro, and they're going to call for halftime. They just didn't get a shot there. All right, though. Halftime at Stamford Bridge, and it's 2-1 to Bournemouth. That's funny because the first 30 was all Chelsea, but we scored too quick, and now we're kind of in control a little bit. Mori into Scott. Scott's going to lay it off to Mr. Adams. Adams from distance. Why not try our luck? And that shot was not bad. I think that was a respectable effort again. All right, clearance made. Zeno, man, he's a mammoth of a human being. Wins that easily. Now Mane from distance, trying his own, and Sanchez is full stretch to save that. Yeah, man, we're locking in right now. Scott. Over. Okay, where's Mane, bro? I thought Mane would be there for the shot. Maybe not. Over to Diakite. Slides it over. Mane's there. Mane there in the box. Oh, I tried to turn there. I tried to do a little 360. That did not work, though. Now Neto on a counterattack. That's over. Enzo's going to turn there, and he's got numbers in front of him a little bit. He has options. Play it over to Jackson with those options. Back to Santos. Into Caicedo. Over to Neto, and that's going to be weird, but it bounces back to Petrovic. All right. Kind of a weird tackle, but it works. Jackson gets it over to Neto. Back to Jackson. Now, whoa, what kind of cross was that? That was weird again. That's going to create a counterattack for us, though. Evanilson, hold it. Mane, that should be timed right. It is. Now, Sadio Mane, the upgrade. I'm feeling the pace upgrade. Mane into maybe seal the win for us, and it's going to be... Whoa, bro, Chelsea are playing weird. What was that? That was almost handball by the keeper, I think. Man, Mane, got to score that, buddy. We got to seal this right now. Adams into Vanilson. I need a runner. Where's the runner? It's Rafa, I guess. Rafa gets it back to Zeno de Bost. Turns into Adams. Adams trying to find Scott. Okay, hold up. We got to find a shot here. Scott. Mane. There it is. And it's another save by Sanchez, though. Okay, we need some subs on. Let's do Krupi. Let's do Kluivert. I'm going to do Casio for Mane. And I think let's do Zuzelis for de Bost as well. So another youth player coming on. Both actually coming on. Come on, boys. Find us the goal that would seal this. Pass back to Bowie. Bowie's going to play a great ball to Kluivert. Kluivert into Krupi. What a play by Bournemouth, and it's 3-1. Man, that was a play out of the training ground. We pulled it back to Bowie, and then Kluivert made the run. It's just perfect execution into Krupi. Man, this team is just so good. 3-1, 81st minute. Are we about to beat Atletico Madrid and Chelsea in back-to-back games? I know Chelsea are currently below us on the table, so we might actually be better than them, but still. This team just continues making statements. Statements that are getting very hard to ignore at this point, man. Sato over. That's going to be Sasha Bowie, man. Good clearance away, buddy. Rafa, okay, don't injure Rafa, please. Don't, Caicedo. That was kind of mean. Don't injure my pre-contract star. All right, the one final chance. Oh my, but there's space here. Kluivert, take it. Kluivert, hold up. Krupi, over. No, that was gonna be so clean if that ball went through to Zealous, man. That was gonna be clean. All right, though, so we go down 1-0 early, then make the full comeback to beat Chelsea 3-1. Bro, this team even keeps surprising me. This team is making a mockery out of ultimate difficulty, the ultimate difficulty sliders we use. We are literally just breaking the game. All right, though, so now we enter the month of October. It's a very busy month. So we got Man City here, which we're probably gonna play. We also have Arsenal, man. That's 2 huge games. Oh man, I feel like I have to play those. Yep, we're gonna play Man City and also play Arsenal in October. So again, 2 just very big Premier League matchups for us to make further statements. First, though, a random Europa League team, and this is gonna be a 3-1 Bournemouth win. Rafa, Scott, and also Rafa. Bro, I just didn't expect Rafa to be this good. Like, what are the stats now in October? What, 2 months into the season? It's gonna be Scott actually top scorer 6-2. Rafa's got 5-1. Mane 4-3. Evanilson 3-4. And that's funny though. Scott our top scorer. Rafa has 5 goals. He's played amazing. It's funny. He's playing so well while also declining. I guess that's just how good he is. All right though. Now let's face Man City, man. Our biggest test so far. It's currently 3rd versus 1st. So they're playing a 4-4-2 as well. They got a goal to Conte in the middle. They got Semenyo, of course. Player we lost. 2 up top with Marmoush and Holland, man. Interesting. I mean, so far today we've beaten Liverpool, beaten Chelsea, beaten Atletico Madrid. Now can we beat Man City as well? But right now, this team has so much confidence. I think we can beat literally anyone. I don't think there's a team in the world that we can't beat. So Bournemouth versus City, we are officially kicked off. I mean, so far, the main additions of the team of starting 11 at least, Rafa and Tomori have been so good. They weren't like crazy big changes, but they're 2 players that are just playing so well for us. Oh, Rodri, that was a little bit naughty. I don't like that, tackling my captain like that. That was mean. Look at this. Rodri, that was criminal, bro. That was from behind. That was criminal. Mane, you're taking this, buddy. Mane from distance, a rocket, and it's going to be a save. All right, short corner. You know what? I might try that same routine. Adam, going to slide it back all the way to Tomori. Okay, it's not really the same positioning, so I didn't work this time. Tomori, though, Mane's going to hold it. Mane over to Rafa from distance. That is a really good shot. It's a better save, though. Adams gets it over to Alex Scott into Mane. Mane finesse shot. Okay, Donnarumma, that's 3 saves already. Can you stop, please? Are these shots just really like right at him? Adams into Mane. Mane, power shot. Holy moly, Sadio Mane, what was that? Bro, this is like Groundhog Day. I'm seeing the same play over and over again. Adams, Mane, try it again, buddy. Mane, power shot. Okay, that time, that one was so weak compared to the previous one. That's so funny. Okay, let's try it again. De Bost into Scott. Is Mane onside? Mane might be onside. Might be. Mane, he was onside, and Donnarumma still makes the save. Bro, Donnarumma is a madman. This is disgusting. Scott, Mane into Sasha Bowie. Sasha Bowie, just shoot it. Why not? Okay, that goes off Nico Gonzalez. Right again. Mane again. Then he cut inside, look for an option. Plays it to Scott. Now Scott, patience. Now I'm gonna lose it. How do we not score through all that? That's insane. I swear, like ultimate difficulty, sometimes his keepers are just like unbeatable. Alex Scott gets it to Mane. Mane doesn't hold it. Into our left back. Schuffer's gonna cross it in. That is not quite what I wanted, but it works. Adams into DeBoss. DeBoss played over. Okay, that's not what I wanted, though. That was not what I wanted. This is a weird one so far. We should have scored by now. We definitely should have scored. Bowie into Zeno. Zeno. Okay, patience, patience. Then you're offside, Rafa. Gonna get it to Sasha Bowie instead. Now he is gonna hold this. Gonna try to find Rafa. What a pass, Rafa. Good touch there. Rafa, great work. Rafa, finesse shot. It's going to go off Rodri, unfortunately. Or you can't get closer than this to the first goal of the game. You can't get closer. Mane, DeBost into Alex Scott. Finesse shot. Okay, that shot was not good from Mr. Scott. Not sure he has that finesse shot in his locker. All right, halftime. Somehow this game is 0-0, man. Somehow. Wait, Man City have Griezmann too? Okay, they've been busy. I just don't get how Donnarumma made all those saves, man. I don't get it. He's probably made like 8 saves already this game. It's insane. In one half of football too. Semenyo back to Rodri. Doing work here. Rodri. Okay, almost stole that. I should have stole that again. Nunez gets it over to Mr. Rodri. Into Nunez again, but Truffert says no, as he always does. Scott here, hold it. Okay, hold it. Mane's running. Mane to be in, really. Mane cuts inside. Sadio Mane finesse shot. That is classic Sadio Mane. 1-0 in the 54th minute. Finally, we find a goal, man. Finally. Alex Scott gets the assist, but Mane just one touch there and a finesse shot. That is just beautiful from the player of the season in year 1. That was disgusting. Nicely done, boys. All right, let's keep it up. But we're playing today like pretty much flawless football so far. I don't want to jinx it. We're just playing perfect. Rodri into Griezmann though. Am I about to jinx it? I probably jinxed it by saying that, huh? Semenyo gets it over to Griezmann. I probably jinxed it. Griezmann versus Diakite. Now it's going to bounce weirdly. Diakite, great win though, buddy. Mane, Scott, get it over to Mr. Rafa. Rafa is Gavin Nielsen. That is timed to literal perfection. Evan Nielsen scores, and it's going to be 2-0. How are we so good already in this series? Science cannot explain it. Our team right now is playing like a team that's like has players that are all like 86, 87 plus rated, but they're obviously like not that at all. I've had teams that are higher rated than this, but I play worse with. Like, it's kind of funny. Something is a little bit magical about this Bournemouth side. Now that's going to be a cross in. That's terrible. All right, man, last 20. Let's keep it up, man. We are about to beat some very good teams again. Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, now maybe Man City. And with Arsenal up next, man, it could be Arsenal too. We could beat all these teams in one video, one episode. That would be quite the run. All right, 9 minutes. So if they score here, I might get a little nervous. Grealish. Oh, we got by there. Oh my, Petrovic makes the save and it's going to be a corner. Okay, they almost just made this a little more nerve-wracking, but it should be fine. There should be no comeback. That is a cross in. Ruben Dias, header goes wide. 5 minutes to go. This is looking pretty much in the bag. Adams, Scott to Mane. Mane into Evan Nielsen. Evan Nielsen gets it to Scott. Over to Mane. It is just football. That is beautiful. Mane is going to try to stop. Bro, that skill by Mane was so slow. That was a dinosaur skill move. All right, though, full time, man. It's 2-0 versus City. Our great run to start year 2 continues. We just keep slaying all these big teams over and over again. Where's Pep Guardiola? That's not Pep. They have a new coach. Who is that guy? Sadio Mane's ability has rarely been questioned, but when that's mixed with application, the results are spectacular. That's a very complicated way of just saying that Mane is playing good right now. Yeah, man, I think if he didn't win that player of the season vote, he'd probably be right now, probably be like maybe 81, 80 overall. Like, he was starting to drop pretty quickly, but I think that's given him a nice little boost. He's still 84 rated, by the way, so he's not dropped yet. You can see in the bottom there, it says he's gonna be an 83 overall in 13 weeks. That's still pretty long for a 34-year-old player. His great form is allowing him to really keep his overall. All right, man, we have slain some huge teams so far today, and a chance to again. Are we currently in first? We might actually be in first after beating City. We are. All right, so this is first versus second, and we are the first place team. So if we check, we're actually tied on points. All right, so we are tied on points. Arsenal, same record basically. Bro, the same record, the same points, the same goal difference. All right, this should be probably the toughest game of the year so far. It should be. Apparently on paper, we are true equals. So I mean, they got Trossard, Gyökeres, Saka, Odegaard, Norgard, Rice. I mean, pretty much standard team, of course, plus Marquinhos, plus DeMarco. Pretty standard Arsenal team though. Like, man, I want to give a chance for like Tavernier to play, Cliver to play more, Costa to play more, but this starting 11 is just playing so good right now. I can't change it. So same team versus Arsenal. A win here would really make us, you know, definitively the first place team in the Premier League. In terms of like the early title race, the early top 4 race, this might be the most like definitive game of the first half of our season. So let's see. Bro, our kits are the same color as the ref. How does that make sense? Ref, go change your shirt. We can't be the same color. All right, though. Arsenal v Bournemouth. Come on. Gotta keep playing the same way, boys. Keep playing the same way. They got an early free kick in a good spot. Okay, actually, it's not that good of a spot. Saka might send it in. He is going to eventually, after pondering, he's gonna set it short to Zubendi, Rice, but okay, Rafa. What kind of training ground move was that, man? That was terrible. Not impressed. Not at all. Zubendi, oh my, Rafa. Rafa's gonna run here. It's gonna go to Mane instead. We got space here though. Mane is gonna get it to the fastest player in our team, Rafa. Over. Scott. Into Zeno. Oh, that was so close to a good shot, man. So close. I think for our next series, we might have to like change our sliders. So I think I've been playing on these sliders for the last like probably 2 months. For some reason, this Bournemouth team is just breaking them. We shall see. Gyökeres into Eze. Am I about to jinx it, bro? Am I about to jinx it again? Nope, because Tamori gets it out, and that's going to be a solid defense play again. All right, Rafa into Alex Scott. Scott's going to hold this. Get it to Rafa. Rafa, Evan Nielsen again. Do it again. Do it again. Yes, Rafa. In. Now, it doesn't have really a shot, though. Gonna hold this. No, if that gets Evan Nielsen, man, he's gonna have a good shot outside the box. Oh, the pass was just too close to the Arsenal defender there. Yeah, I can tell Arsenal playing a lot better here. They're playing a lot better. I feel like our chances have not been as much as the last 2 big teams we faced. I could not get in front of Martinelli there, and they scored the first goal of the game. Bro, I just couldn't get around Martinelli. All right, man, right on cue. They've been the best team we've faced so far, I think, at least so far, and they are going to take the lead. We might have a chance tied up for halftime. Let's see. Mane, nope. Rice sniffs that one out, and that's going to be halftime. All right, so first time today, we might be actually getting a challenge here, maybe, unless we can make another comeback. Gyökeres gets it over. Sasha Bowie. Okay, that touch by Bowie, bro, that is some great defending by him. We got to try to find some space here. I feel like they're making us play a little quicker than we want. Saying that though. Oh, Zeno, that ball was so bad to Mane. You saw the idea. That was so bad though. Bro, that was a really poor pass from him. Yeah, they're playing like miles better than any team we faced so far today. Like miles better. Marco into Odegaard. He's got space in the middle here. Gonna try to track back if I can. Yeah, that's a bad little back heel that Rafa's gonna get. Rafa into Mr. Scott. Chance here, Evan Nielsen. I see you, buddy. Evan Nielsen's gonna try to find Scott. Is gonna find him. Now he needs options. Scott, no, he needs an option, bro. Where's the runner at? It's like really bad positioning there. I think if we get a draw here, that would be a pretty positive result. Let's see if we can get it. Mane's in here finally. Mane. Oh man, Timber, bro. That touch just ruined it. We got it too close to Timber. Final 12. I need subs here, but the ball is not gone out since like the 60th minute mark. I cannot make subs if the ball doesn't go out. In 9 minutes, and Arsenal are just holding it. They're just killing the clock down. Declan Rice into Odegaard. Gets it back to Mr. Zubimendi. Over. Okay, that's a bad pass. Finally, Rafa gets it over. Alex Scott, nice back heel. Mane into Evan Nielsen. Rafa, get on your bicycle, my son. Gonna hold it. Evan Nielsen, great play here. Evan Nielsen has to fire it. Man, that's all I could do there. Is that a corner? I think it is. 88th minute corner. Scott into Rafa. Oh, Mane's not there for the pass. Mane, receive the pass. Thank you. Mane is gonna lay it off to Bowie. Bowie into Zeno. Into Diakite. Diakite is right there. Oh, we found it. Evan Nielsen's going to score the equalizer. Man, we just kept that play alive until the final moment, man. The final hope, and Evan Nielsen found space. That is actually a huge goal. That's going to keep us in first place, I think, unless teams below us win. And we just kept that play alive for so long. Evan Nielsen right in front of goal, man. That is a clutch finish. That's through Raya's legs too, by the way. That's kind of wild. All right, though, full time. It's going to be a 1-1 draw. You know what? Arsenal definitely been the best team we faced so far today. Oh, is that why? Because Pep's the Arsenal coach? That might be why. Okay, so Pep replaced Arteta at Arsenal. Maybe that's why they're so good, but we do get a draw at least. Bro, that is so weird. Man, that's crazy. We had 1 shot each that game. Just 1 shot. All right, though. So actually, Man City going first, but we stay. I guess we stay tied with also Arsenal and Liverpool. Okay, it's really close here, actually. All right, so first through fourth is extremely close. Around at 3rd place now. Looking like a very competitive year. Us, Arsenal, Liverpool, all unbeaten so far. All right, though. Yeah, that game was definitely our biggest challenge so far. All right, though. So we now enter the month of November. We got 2 Europa League games here versus Braga and Ajax. Probably gonna play both these 2, and then probably sim the rest of the Premier League games. So Europa League update in the standings. We currently sit there in first. 3 games, 3 wins, bro. This team is just so good. So yeah, it's been a great start to Europa League. I might give a chance to some younger players to play this game, I think, though, like Casio and also Zuzelis. I think now is a chance to finally rotate. So versus Braga, we're gonna have Krupi come in, Casio come in, Kluivert, Zuzelis, Aarons, Ardoniez, and also Freeman at right back. So a pretty rotated team other than Scott and Tamori, basically. Now, a thing right now that's currently interesting about our team is that Mane, you know, even though he won player of the season and he got that boost, he is going to be like 35 years old soon. He's going to start dropping overall like really quickly once he hits 35, I think. So even though he's playing well, you know, there is going to be a spot in this team for someone to take, whether it be Casio, whether it be, you know, Tavernier again, Kluivert, Adley. There's going to be a spot in this team to take from one of these players. But games like this, you know, shows players fighting for that future spot maybe. Now, cross comes in. Okay, cleared by Tamori. What a clearance away. That was a pretty physical clearance. All right, Krupi gets it over to Kluivert. Kluivert over to Mr. Freeman. The young American, man, he is showing some quickness here. He's gonna stop over to into Alex Scott. That's an easy first goal of the game. That's easy. Young Freeman gets the assist, though. That's good to see. That was a great pass. Okay, we might make a quick work here, Braga. We might. In our current form, we might be a little bit too much to handle. Now, saying that, long shot's gonna be blocked by Tamori. Corner swung in into Alex Scott. What a clearance away. He just jumped higher than that guy. That is kind of surprising. Scott gets it over to the next Neymar, Casio. Casio's gonna get it into Max Aarons. Aarons plays it right back to Casio. Casio has Krupi, and it's actually Kluivert. Oh, he should have scored it, though. Whoever it was, he should have scored it. That was a very nice pass by Casio. Not quite enough to reach him. Now, that's a really good touch. Good touch. Petrovic save. And then Max Aarons gets it out. All right, that was a decent chance by Braga. Decent chance. Casio into Scott. Scott's going to turn. Scott trying to find Krupi. Krupi. Oh, man, I really went for like the home run pass there to Zuzelis. I feel like so far this team hasn't been terrible, but it's definitely our game to win here. Clivert, he should be onside, so he should be. Krupi should be onside, but he must have been just barely offside there. All right, halftime, currently 1-0, boys. Let's not messing around. Let's seal this win by probably, hopefully, like 2 or 3 goals. Let's show that these rotated players are still good, man. Show me something that you can do what the first team can do, basically. Zuzelis, good ball over there to Clivert. Clivert is in a fine. Alex Scott, the captain, looking for a shot there. Man, I dribbled too close to the defender, though. That should have been better. Okay, there's a chance to counter. Adams has space here. Definitely a chance. If we do this rightly, this should be the second goal, which is going to be Clivert. Clivert, okay, we need runners, though. Everyone's just jogging forward. Where are my runners at, bro? Everyone's just jogging. That's disgusting. We got numbers there under counterattack and people aren't urgent enough. That is unfortunate to see, man. I don't like that kind of effort. Ball comes over to Mori. Whoa, that was kind of a toe poke weird shot. Okay, this game's not quite done yet. Ordonez, that was weird, but it's gonna work barely. Chance here, Freeman. Okay, Freeman so far has looked really good at right back, man. He's had a good game. He has been impressive. It's gonna be Krupi though. Krupi finally have some space, but man, we keep getting closed down. Their defense has played good here actually in the second half. They played good. 20 minutes left. You know, we should have found the second goal by now. We should have. Not quite clinical enough. All right, Alex Scott's gonna get it to Casio. Casio into Krupi. Oh, if he had a touch there, man, he was gonna get it back to Casio. Okay, if they score here, I'll be so mad. Freeman again. Freeman. Good game from the young right back. Good steal there now. Scott's gonna get it over to Zuzelis. Zuzelis, one more pass over, gets it to Clivert. Clivert in front of goal, takes his time, and finally we find the second goal in this game. It's about time, man. 84th minute, 2-0. The solid run of form, man, it continues. We might have a chance for one more. Krupi, Scott, back into Clivert. Clivert in front of goal. Is gonna, okay, I try to put so much more power on that. Well, that shot was so weak. All right, actual final chance. Zuzelis is gonna slide it over. Gonna be a power shot from Adams that goes off that guy's probably his forehead. Okay, let's try the same thing here. Let's try it. Freeman. Gonna play it over into Adams. Okay, that shot was so weak. Oh, Krupi's gonna find a header somehow there. I don't know how, but we do eventually find the third goal of the game. All right, that was a weird one, but 3-0 versus Braga. Just the winning form so far we're building here. It continues. And why is their manager in shorts? All right, so far in August, we have a win versus Leicester, but a 2-2 draw versus Brighton after. So we drop points there, but this team is still unbeaten in the Premier League. We're still invincible all the way to a late November, which is kind of crazy. You know, we're gonna play Ajax next, but if we check the Prem table after that, we are gonna be sitting in second place. All right, still 1 point off City. But man, us, Arsenal, Liverpool, all have not lost a game yet all the way this far in the year. That's kind of funny. And we have like almost identical goal differences. You know, our team has scored the same amount of goals as Arsenal. That's just wild, but it's a little bit freaky, man, a little bit freaky. All right, though, so Ajax next, team that I would imagine would be, okay, they're actually in 31st. Okay, their team they're definitely not the Ajax of old. And that's crazy. They're in 31st. We're in first. I thought they'd be a pretty good challenger for us, maybe, but apparently not, man. They are towards the bottom. 2 draws and 2 losses in 4 games. I'm gonna rotate again here, so I'll put like Casio, Zuzelis in, but we'll play like a half rotated team. So Casio, Krupi, Zuzelis, and also Freeman, Ordonez come in. And it's crazy to see how far Ajax have just fallen. The post Eric Ten Hag years, man, they have been rough for this club. Remember when they had like, you know, Frankie de Jong, they had Matthias de Ligt, they made that Champions League run? What has happened since then, bro? They're terrible. All right, though, let's see if we can get another win, man. So far, we've won every single game other than the Arsenal draw, so we have just played pretty much almost perfect. Adams over to Zuzelis. Zuzelis, the Lithuania youngster. Okay, I thought that shot was so much better. It was so wide. I thought that was on target. Nice chance here for Ajax to start, man. They have a space here. Oh my. What a cross in, and they should have scored that. That guy put a shot wide, man. That was an easy goal to score, though. Okay, that's a warning sign. You know, they might have heard my criticism. They might have heard me. Freeman is going to get it over. Now, that was meant for Zuzelis, not Scott. That is not the pass I wanted. Okay, they're definitely playing good here, actually. They're playing some good passing. Weghorst, though, is going to get it over. And Taylor into Ikitora, but that is going to be Zuzelis. Good defended by him. Now, Scott. Okay, Krupi's so offside there. He's so offside. That was such bad timing by me. All right, not our greatest first opening 24 minutes. Not our greatest. Weghorst into Kenneth Taylor, probably one of their best players. That is going to be Tomori. They got something on that, and then Petrovic makes the save. How did they not score that again? Okay, we're lucky that Kenneth Taylor missed that one out. That was almost a tap-in for him. He just flat out missed it. Otto gets it over. Chance here again. That's going to be weird, and that's going to fall. Is that a corner? No, it's actually a goal kick. All right, I'll take that. Okay, man, I said they're so bad, and of course, they're actually having a good start for us, man. The jinx, it never fails to happen. It is just inevitable. Sadio Mane, though. Mane is going to hold this. Going to try a cross. What a cross by Mane. Zuzelis. Oh, man, that was yours to attack. Man, Mane just picked him up perfectly, too. Scott Zuzelis into Mr. Casio. Casio over. Nice. Krupi gets it over. That was meant for Casio, man. The ball is going to the wrong player right now. I wanted that to go right back to Casio. Cross comes in. Tomori clearance away. That's easy for him. And Mane gets it. Have a chance for one more attack here in the first half. Zuzelis turns, gets it to Alex Scott. Now, Mane, I see you, buddy. Mane actually goes Kroopy instead. Kroopy, the better pass, and it's going to be 1-0 to Bournemouth finally. I was going to say, Ajax have actually played this game pretty well, but we take the lead right at halftime. That is a tough time for them to concede. All right, man, halftime, it's going to be 1-0 to us. Oh, it's insane. It's not even like our starting 11 is so good and our bench is bad. Our bench is also so good. Kroopy, Adley, you know, Casio, players like that, Cliver. Our bench in this team is so good as well. Think about this team, man. It's clicking so much right now with our tactics, you know, the players around it. We are just literally on fire. Zealous, get it over to Casio. Casio's going to try to find Freeman. He does. Freeman. Zealous over to Mr. Scott, and it's gonna be another save. Short corner. Zealous, swing it over. Okay, that's not the pass I wanted. Mane, where you at, man? He just messed up our corner routine, though. He's Zealous. We need an option here. Casio's there. Casio is there. Left-footed finesse by Casio wasn't too bad. Pretty sure he's got the finesse play style. Okay, their passing, bro, the last like 10 minutes, their passing has looked incredible. They look like the old Ajax. Now it's going to be clearance away by Truford, and then Zuzelis, good clearance away again. We need the second goal to really seal this win. Kroopy gets it to Mane. Mane is going to try a cross here over to Alex Scott. Now that's a tough one. He really couldn't get control of it, unfortunately. Not quite good enough. 5 minutes, we might have to just lock down the defense, you know, just park the bus. Is one goal going to be enough to beat this Ajax team? It might be. Unless they get a chance here, which that is a crossover. Freeman. Bro, he has been impressive. He's been one of the best players in these 2 games here in the Europa League. And he's also like, look at the run forward, man. He is really good at progressing the ball. Freeman in on goal. Kroopy, oh, he had an open net for the third, or actually the second. Oh man, that was an easy one probably. All right, the 1-0 is gonna be enough to beat Ajax in Netherlands. I mean, I'll say it again. The winning streak, it continues. We just can't stop winning. So we've now reached all the way to the very busy month of December. So we got United next to Old Trafford. Then we're going to play this for probably the final game of this episode here. But currently we entered this game tied for first with Arsenal still. So, I mean, according to our play today, Arsenal were definitely the best team we faced. So, I mean, rightfully so, we currently sit first and second. And that's crazy. So they're in first by a +1 goal difference. That's it. They've scored just 1 more goal than us. Otherwise, our record is pretty much identical. So that's funny. And then Europa League, we currently sit, I'm guessing, yep, still in first. 5 games, 5 wins. Bro, this team is just on fire. So current stats in December, Rafa 11-4, Evan Nielsen 11-5, Mane 7-5, Scott 7-4. Even Truford is scoring 4 goals from left backs, kind of surprising. But I mean, once again, Rafa's been one of the most surprising players so far this year, man. He's got 8 goals, 11 games in the Prem. He is playing out of his mind for a 33-year-old player. But okay, a trip to Old Trafford, facing a familiar-looking Man United side other than Barcola at left wing. So the question is, can we end this episode by going unbeaten? That's kind of wild to say with how many games he played, but our team has just been that good. So I guess let's see if United can throw a wrench in that, as they just kick it off like this immediately. Bro, that will never be not weird. That is just genius tactics by Mr. Michael Carrick, I guess. Adams, Scott is going to try to get... Okay, Evan Nielsen might reach this. He does. Evan Nielsen. Oh my, it's 1-0 in 4 minutes. Alex Scott, what a pass. Evan Nielsen, though, just gets by their defense and no one can come back. What kind of defense is that from a 5 at the back, too? All right, 5 minutes and 1-0. I guess that's a good start. I will take that kind of start. Cola, nope. Okay, Sasha Bowie, man. Sasha Bowie is a player that I thought we'd sign and probably replace, but he has been so good in the second year, too. There's not one player in this team that's played bad. Now, speaking of that, Scott, over Delict. Oh, it's beautiful. Alex Scott. Oh, I tried to do a low-driven shot, but I might have missed the second press, so he just skied it. Man, that was a great play by Scott, too. That was great. Scott, I'm sorry, man. You deserve better. I'm sorry. That is my mistake. Scott, Evan Nielsen, bro, their defense. Where is it at? Rafa is running. Our top scorer. He's gonna score again. It's 2-0 in the 16th minute. How are you playing at 5 at the back, but you got no defenders? I am not sure, but the surprise of the season, Rafa scores the second goal in this game. Bro, we are setting the Europa League and also the Premier League on fire. There were signs of this last year with how good we played. Now it's just like reaching a whole nother level, though. This team's counterattack is just so good. Scott, over to Debas. Zeno's gonna turn. Zeno, great ball. Gonna fire this in. Now, ooh, that was a dangerous pass, but I think, yeah, that was Rafa. That was dangerous. All right, good steal by Adams. Now a chance. Counter again. Counterattack FC strikes. Scott gets it over to Zeno. Zeno. Oh, okay, Rafa's getting held. Not held enough, though. So Rafa's gonna stop. Rafa. Great work. Finesse shot from Rafa. And it's 3-0 in 36 minutes. Look at Mane, bro. Mane is just frozen. He's frozen because that goal was just so good, man. He's in shock. Bro, Rafa's playing like the Portuguese, like Salah, man. Just cutting inside his left foot and all these finesse shots, all these goals. He's just been like such a clinical finisher. All right, you know, United, they might not break our unbeaten record so far this year. They might not. 3-0 in 40 minutes. That is kind of wild. Now, Bumo into Sesko. Sesko's going to hold this. Gets it back to Mbumo. And Bumo, Truford says no, man. He just says no. Now that was, oh, we just injured Truford. Bro, this man's injury prone. He gets injured a lot. He was injured for like, he was injured twice last year, I think. So that's not good. Hopefully he walks it off, hopefully. Zeno, though, is in a run here. Zeno, you know what? We might pass this off to Mane. Mane, great touch by you. Mane is going to do a little skill there. Mane. Oh my. It's just beautiful football. What are we seeing here? Sadio Mane is just turning back the clock. What a goal. It's 4-0 at halftime. Bro, this skill against, who is that? Lenioto? I can't even tell. I think it might have been Mazraoui. That is disgusting. And also the finish along with it. Yeah, Mane can thank the Player of the Year award vote for that one. All right, though. Halftime, it is currently 4-0 at Old Trafford. We are destroying them. This is like one of the best episodes I think I've ever had in any series. Like, we are just playing perfect all these games. Just scoring goals for fun. It is just like perfection. I'm not sure I've ever had a better episode than this. Rafa gets it to Mane. Mane's gonna turn there. Great. Left-footed finesse from Mane. Oh man, that was going in. All right, same thing. Gonna go to Adams here. Adams into Mane. Mane, good touch there. Shot from Mane. It's another save by Lamens. All right, third time is a charm. It's gonna be Adams. Back to Scott. Scott gets into Mane. Mane. Nice. Okay, I tried a skill there. Barcola said no. We tried it though. For this point, I'm just messing with United. We're treating them like a training match. Mane from distance. Oh, he is literally just incredible. For that Player of the Year award has given Mane, like, he's just giving him superpowers. Mane, their shot. Bro, Lamens, can you stop making saves? He's made the same save like 13 times now. Adams looking for a shot. Adams is gonna take that shot. It's another save by Lamens. Or he's gonna break a record at this point. Rafa's gonna hold this. Rafa, okay, play it back. This is gonna be Tomori with an absolute rocket, and he just hit the crossbar. Bro, this team has like hacks or something, man. We're about to get banned. What's funny about this is, you know, if Arsenal win, since we're winning this game 4-0, we might go into first off goal difference because it was only, what, +1? So all these goals scoring in this game might actually put us in first, maybe. For that reason, let's see in the final 10 if we could actually score one more and make it 5-0. That might put us in first to end this episode. Adams into Scott. Scott over to Evan Nielsen. Perfectly done. Evan Nielsen is gonna stop, try to. It falls to Sadio Mane, but Lamens, bro, we've scored 4 in this game. All of a sudden, I can't score. Short corner, Rafa. Mane, where you at? Mane, that's not where you're at, buddy. Tomori gets it to Sadio Mane. Mane, over. Diakite. No, I was trying to get it over to Zeno there, man. Can I get number 5? Can I? Okay, Sesko. What was that? I am not sure. No, they're gonna score. No, they're gonna score. Cunha, Petrovic, please. No, they're gonna score, man. They ruined the clean sheet and also ruined my +4 goal difference. That's what I get for trying to push for the number 5, man. Wait, Rafa. Wait, Rafa has a chance here. Rafa, power shot. Okay, that one felt good. All right, though, it is going to be a 4-1 win versus United to end this episode. Once again, I'm not sure I've had a better episode than this in any series. A draw versus Arsenal was the only time we dropped points in any played games. Other than that game, it was almost just pure domination from Bournemouth. So we end this episode sitting currently first in the Europa League. We're in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals versus Newcastle, by the way. But most importantly, Premier League, we currently sit in first place to end the episode. Man, that's funny. So now we have a +1 difference or +1 goal difference on Arsenal. So just barely in front of them in first place. But okay, next episode. First, we start with the January transfer window. And then we're going to finish this entire year 2 in the next episode. So a lot more action coming. Now, we currently have 146 million in the budget. So we got money to spend in January, but I kind of feel like, you know, our team is good enough right now. We don't need to really make any moves. I think more so second half of the year, we're going to try to find another youth player for the team. You know, currently we have Casio and also Zuzelis. We're going to try to find another youth player. So tell me in the comments down below where to send our scouts to. And also what position, you know, should we try to find the next Messi, next Ronaldo, some player like that? Let me know what you think in the comments. So we'll try to find another youth player in the next episode while also trying to win the Europa League and maybe, just maybe, go for a Premier League title as well. But okay, drop a like down below if you want to see more. If you want to watch the latest episode of our Ghost of Yote playthrough, you can watch that right here on screen. And as always, hope you guys have a great day.